Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Y'all let me know if it's coming through. Obviously, I'm getting some kind of delay here. And I missed the damn thing yesterday. I didn't really want to watch it, but I wanted to see the low lights of it. You know what I mean? I really want to see the low lights of that whole thing. 'Cause I knew it was going to be a big clusterfuck. Was it on me? No, was it on me? It was fucking, like for whatever reason, the thing in the background, it wasn't connecting. I don't know why. And I don't know, man. There's so much been going on since I've been here, and it has been a whole. Oh, here was on me. Well, that sounds about right for a person named Michelle. Anyway, lovely, beautiful, amazing, gracious, den folk. I appreciate each and every one of you for your patience in dealing with me and the Mama Honcho. There was absolutely no reason for me to be on that phone, but I guess to instill confidence in her ability to be able to pursue whatever activity. So I understand different generation gets a little level of nervousness when it comes to handling certain types of business. So before I get on the screen, I got to make sure I smell good. Because if one thing, I may look crazy as hell, but I always smell good on the other side of the screen. Oh my goodness, it smells amazing. That smells amazing. I don't know nothing about that Joe Malone. Y'all ain't here. Y'all ain't on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? You know, once y'all get y'all cologne game up, y'all on that American shit. Put y'all on game. Somebody put me on games, I'm gonna start putting y'all on game. Y'all don't know nothing about that. If you hip to that Joe Malone, drop that one in the chat. If you don't know nothing about it, drop a zero in the chat. Let me put on the proper hat. And we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. So lately, there has been dysfunction all over the country. Um, lot of, lot of crazy shit happening. A lot of off the wall shit going on, and you know, so immigrants have probably successfully taken over the country at this point. We're probably still complaining about it, but it's way worse than we know. You know, we've been talking about this for some time. You know, I know there were record numbers coming over the last few years, and you got to think about these are the ones that are being caught. These are the ones that are being no one even say caught, observed because they're not catching them. They're it's like sport fishing, if you will, catch and release. A couple of things too. I need to update this little graphic. I'm gonna do that eventually. I got too much shit I need to do. I'm supposed to be. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm moving. I got new landlords. I got to see how that's going to shake. It's just a whole bunch of tomfoolery going on my back end. So we'll get it all resolved, and then we'll get it figured out. But that's not what we're here for. So yeah, I saw that where they were talking about they flew a couple of 100,000 in because there was too much pressure. I don't want to I don't want to rage. I actually had been smoking. I've been chilling lately. Actually, I don't know why I goofed up and thought I needed it yesterday, but I'm going to proceed. So I'm definitely going to get myself properly together so I don't go too irate. Been scrolling through some old ends, watching old calls, watching old conversations. Been doing a lot of that. All right, let me get my kettle corn out the out the microwave. I plan on going to my favorite little Mexican spot out here because they serve like breakfast tacos like all day, and they make great breakfast tacos and burritos. So I'm not anti-immigrant, right? Because if we didn't have immigrants bringing in, you know, some of these delicious delicacies from their countries, that'd be great. But the ones that are coming in are not bringing delicacies. They're bringing problems. They're bringing crime. They're bringing corruption. They're bringing killing. They're bringing rape. They're bringing violence, right? They're bringing disease. They're bringing ideologies that are not suitable for this country, and you know they're bringing in a whole litany of problems. And I'm going to say this, and this is not my whole focus on it, but the people at the bottom of the totem pole, right? The monkeys, if we will. And you can say, who am I? Who's he? Who you calling a monkey, Hacha? Niggas, black folks, mainly. Because we voted for the guy who's in office in droves. We were dancing in the mailboxes, And when you have a new group of people coming in influxes without anything, right? And then people start dedicating their resources to that, they're taking away from the resources that were allocated, whether legitimately or not, to other particular groups, right? Or other particular minority groups. So immigrants are the new niggas, right? This is some new, I won't call it a civil rights movement because I don't believe they have rights in this country. If we went to any of these other countries, we would not have any rights in their country, right? We would not have, oh, you don't know about that? You don't know about that Dolores? You don't know about that Joe Malone? Look, you got to get hip. Don't trip. We'll put y'all on game before it's all said and done. But so I want to get into a couple of things, and I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time talking because I want to know how y'all feel. Because I want to get back to the way the den was. Like I said, I've been watching all the old dens, and it was just the conversation. So I'm not going to drown y'all out with my thoughts. I'm going to give y'all a good maybe 15, 20 minutes of things that are on my mind, things that I've seen, things that are going on, and I want to hear from you. The den, discussing everyday news. Even though I ain't been here every day, we're going to get back on track. Making some decisions with some other stuff too. As far as this gig I'm currently working, I'm gonna be honest. I try to be a house cat. I'm not a house cat. I'm a feral cat. I'm like a feral cat that an old cat lady try to bring in the house and try to tame. I can't be tamed. I've realized that I am who I am, right? And I've been trying to put myself in a. I'm not. I've never been normal. I'm not a normal person. I don't move in traditional ways. I don't move in the ways that society stipulates. And I have an overall different view of things. I wouldn't say overall different from most people. I think there's only there's only a few different types of people, but I think the combination of my views on things are a little different than some, right? So that's why I say I don't ever assign myself to any particular political party. I lean one way more so than the other. That's about it, right? Um, but so I've seen things, and I had some articles, and then I got to talk to mom, start getting on the website, trying to follow along, make sure she's doing the right shit, not close some of the shit out. I saw in New York, I believe they're giving them what, $10,000, $20,000 debit cards. I'm seeing that they'll now be able to qualify for home loans. I'm seeing in some places they're even saying that they will allow them to become law enforcement. Now imagine, if you will, if you've ever gotten pulled over for not having insurance, or if you ever gotten pulled over and gotten a ticket for not having your license, expired license. I've never had any of these things. I'm just saying, right? If you were in this situation, imagine being punished as an American for following the rules of America, right? But imagine you've been told things worked a certain way your entire life, and in one term, we'll call it, right? Oh, we're going to talk about that. We're going in one term that all that has been washed. Like at this point, and I hate to say it, right? I hate to say it because I really have been trying to ease up on being judgmental and just having a conversation. But I've been talking to niggas, not black people. I've been talking to black people, but I'm talking to niggas. And at this point, like if you're still voting for Joe Biden, I can't fuck with you. You're retarded. You're a hands down a retard because again, but you have those people and they tend to be like, well, I'm willing to give up my rights so other people can live it. And then they kill your kid or they violate you. They rob your house. What was the one that got beat up? The cops got bailed out by some group here in America and then went on to do it again. He was like 15 or something. If these people are poor, they have no place to go. Where are they going? They're going to the hood, right? They're going to, let me get my fucking popcorn. Where are they going? They're not going to the classes. I'm pretty. They might since they got these. They're getting paid monthly. Like imagine. This is y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. A revolution is coming. The revolution is coming. And it's not going to be in the way that you think. It's to the point it's over, right? Because they're going to start trying to fast track legalization. No, my bad. They're going to start trying to fast track legalization. They're going to start trying to expedite citizenship for these people. People who don't know anything about America except their cousin got across the border and said, hey, these motherfuckers giving free money, bring the whole fucking family. These are not political prisoners. These are not people who are seeking asylum. These are people who are hearing that, hey, free fucking checks and bring it back. Y'all motherfuckers, you niggas swore that Donnie T was a bad. And I'm gonna tell you why. That's what I've come to realize. I've been talking to people more and more, and I've been asking people honestly, trying not to be biased and just providing facts and figures. Blacks are some of the stupid people in this country. And I hate to say, like, it hurts my feelings to say it, right? Because we're not all that quote unquote education. We can talk about who we're led by. We can talk about that. Black people believe the television, right? They believe the television. They believe the television is their friend. They believe that the television will save them. They believe they don't understand the process and the filtration of information that's provided. They believe if you have an R in front of your name, if a politician, I see that on CNN, he's a racist. The R stands for race, not Republican, stands for racist. These monkeys still believe all the same shit. Saw a thing, we're gonna get into it. I saw a thing, and I don't believe it, that they were talking about, look, Donald Trump's so hated by black people that he's photoshopping himself with black people. I don't believe that. I mean, I might be wrong. I haven't seen it in an official Trump campaign image. I've been seeing it floating around. I truly believe in the day and age that we live in now, we live in a nation of misinformation. We live in a nation of illegal immigration. We live in a nation where we're in a dangerous situation. Um, so I saw a video, a picture, not no, sorry, just a picture, talking about allegedly that Donald Trump is photoshopping himself with a bunch of black people. I guarantee you, I promise and I guarantee you that somebody liberal made this and then just tried to turn it around and make it seem like it was something it wasn't. Now, again, and I'm not going to sit here and say that liberals are the only people out here grifting and doing weird shit. It's a lot of conservative motherfuckers doing it. You got a lot of fake motherfuckers saying that it's money on both sides. That's why I try not to get too deep into the political arena, but because a lot of times I would say I generally most of it I just generally don't care about. I don't have the energy at this point. But now this is concerning, right? Because where are the poor people going? Where if I'm crossing the border, right? Again, I'm not going to a lavish neighborhood. I'm not going to um, the upscale. I'm going to the hood. I'm going to the environment where I'm comfortable because this is just where I came from. I just came from some impoverished country. I've come from the impoverished parts of it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be leaving my home country if I was doing well. Why would I? If I was doing well, why would I leave? Why would I leave my environment? I wouldn't. It wouldn't make any sense, right? It would not make any sense for me to leave. So I'm going to come to where I'm familiar with because you see these guys crossing. I've seen guys crossing with gold chains on, nice watches, um, tattoos all over their face. We've seen known terrorists crossing the border. We've seen confirmed people who've done jail time, significant jail time for being terrorists, crossing the border, making threats. We've seen people come across killing women, raping women, violating them. The same shit that they've been doing, right? The same shit they were doing in their country. That's why they leave. And they're like, fuck it, I'm probably wanted. We've seen multiple people who've been wanted in their country come across. Yeah, I don't have a lighter, so I gotta forget. I gotta use my damn the fucking long lighter. Commit the same shit over here and then getting free pass. Well, they're immigrants. Like, stop making excuses for people. Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Cause we made this same excuse for niggas. Like, this is what niggas don't realize too. This is why niggas, you niggas is no longer necessary because what happened is you played yourselves. We dedicated ourselves to the Democratic Party for so long. Never got anything. Never got anything. Never got anything from it, right? And now they have a new scheme. Niggas are kind of getting a little bit of sense. The niggas that got on TikTok and realized we've been playing them. That's why they want to cancel TikTok too. Niggas that got on TikTok realized we're playing them. So we're going to get us some new niggas. Everybody, hey, want free for all. Everybody come in. We're going to give you some money. And just, we're going to fast track you to legalization. Just make sure you vote Democrat in the next election. Right? So, again. Here's where we are. And I'm not saying this doesn't affect everybody in a sense, but I feel like the biggest impact is going to be poor black communities because whether you think so or not, right? We talk about we cry in this country again. We cry in the country that abolished slavery first, right? Where we got rid of it first, and think, well, we could go anywhere else and they would treat it no, they won't. You act like this is the only place where race, skin tone, these things matter. These people come from countries where they look down on darker skin tone people. These people are moving into the darker skin tone neighborhoods and they're talking shit. And it's not just the blacks. Because my Mexican brethren, and when I say Mexican, I'm usually referring to all Hispanics, but I'm talking about Mexicans this time. Because you're impacted as well, right? Because let's be honest, a lot of South Americans, that Spanish America, whatever you want to call it, those various groups don't get along. There's going to be more influx of that. There's going to be more of that. But again, you give them money, you send them in these neighborhoods, you see them posted up all over. I mean, in groups. I've seen pictures, photos all over the internet. They're posted up. They're posted up like they selling crack in the 80s. Remember niggas used to be posted on the corner, be about 10 niggas deep on the goddamn corner. Posted. Look at the corner store. That's what they're doing. That's how they're moving in these countries. And they're sitting there, and it almost looks as though they're waiting for something. Probably a check that they're gonna get anyway. But it's like they're waiting for something. Like it almost seems like they're being put in position because this is too well organized, right? Like you said that there's an article saying that the government flew in over 300,000 of them. What do they tell them where to meet, how to hook up, how do they get that information? Who's organizing it? See, because we're Americans, we're dumb. I won't say we're dumb, but we're ignorant, right? And when I say we're ignorant, we're mainly concerned about self, and rightfully so. I don't think we should be policing the whole world. I think it's a weird thing. And we're kind of concerned about our issues because we became the benchmark, if you will, right? And year after year, especially under this particular term, the benchmark has gotten lower and lower and lower, and it seems like things are declining even more rapidly. So I truly believe that there are people, we'll say, right? So I don't want to go full theories. It's still YouTube, and I got to finish. I got to make sure, like I'm not going to just stick to YouTube, right? I got to start make sure I put this across all things. Oh, that's what I'm going to say earlier too. Um, I know I'm all over the place. I just got a lot to say, and I'm gonna get it all out. Make sure you're following Den Show Live on Instagram. I know it says Ed Honcho HTX. That's going to be more me. And Den Show Live is going to be. I'm going to start using those again to separate the Den Show topics because sometimes on my own show I'm just kind of random. But the Den Show topics, the Den Show conversations will be on X, on Instagram, at Den Show Live. So make sure there. Again, my apologies because what I did something I didn't do that I love to do. I just kind of jumped into it because of everything else, right? Let me shout out to everybody who's in here because the Den folk is what makes this conversation I love and I appreciate y'all. And again, like I said, it's just like I was a little frustrated from handling the phone conversation prior to this and then kind of, get it going. So again, it's been a minute, but as always, it is my honor. It is my privilege. But more than anything, it is truly my pleasure to get the choppers up with you, the Den folk. People I appreciate so very much. I don't think you guys really understand the impact that you've had in my life. Beneficial. But more of an impact. I've never met a lot of you. But a lot of you had a bigger impact than people I've actually known in recent years. And so I thank you for that. I thank you for that. I thank you for your input, your support, your insight, sharing your lives with me, allowing me to be a part of your life. This is different, right? This is not, say this is a community. This is not a channel. And I want that community to come back because what made this the ability to be honest, the ability to have real conversation. I mean, I've been watching old dens, like just looking at things, and I'm just most I've been dying laughing because I'm just it's some of the crazy conversations. But it was the feel that it had, right? And that if you agree, you disagree, whatever you that this is your place to speak on it. But shout out to the lovely Miss K Grace, who was first, and also the matriarch of the den. Always good to see you. Just some nigga named Professor Trill. So y'all remember when Professor Trill was Jay Dizzle? Who was here? Who has been down in the den since Professor Trill was Jay Dizzle? We see if we got any OG triple OGs up in here. The lovely Miss Michelle, how are you doing this afternoon? Let's talk about it. How are you doing this evening? All right. I'm so used to the evening time. It's daytime. I'm looking at the fucking sunlight right here. How are you doing today? Broderick, niggas. Time traveling Jackson, what's the motherfucking deal? Manny Lamont, what's the motherfucking deal? How you doing this afternoon? Let's see. Solis, what's the motherfucking deal? Do. Dolores Law, how are you doing this evening or this afternoon, ma'am? Do. Green tea. I don't know which greeting. How are you doing this afternoon? I will do it then. Y'all notice that I do see because biased. You know that men and women get different call outs in the den. Oh, I tell y'all I got ADD. That's why I always ask. I always ask y'all, why do y'all listen to me? Because I think I'm part like I go back and I watch those shows. I'm like, I'm a lunatic. Because in my mind, it all makes sense. But getting it out, the wording to clarify everything by the time a new thought has formed and done its complete thing. I'm like, I didn't complete none of this shit. I ain't finished none of these statements. I haven't done none of these things. I'm gonna start taking notes, right? I'm gonna start taking notes so I can recall this stuff. Well, man, what's the motherfucking deal? All right, well, let's get into it. Den Show Live, IG, Den Show Live, X. So make sure we start getting that back organized. And yeah, back to the topic at hand. We're all suffering. Our children are suffering. They're moving our kids, not our kids. They're moving your kids because I ain't got no goddamn kids. I don't want up them motherfuckers. So they're moving your kids out of their schools. They're telling them, hey, go back to remote learning, which we learned was probably that was like a mini dark ages. That was like a mini dark ages for America. Y'all don't realize it because you love your children and you know they're goofy all the time and all, but I don't think anybody other than teachers. I don't know if you're not in education. I speak with a lot of teachers, right? I speak with a lot of people in education, and the fallout from that with these children, I have been told has been the worst in many people's careers. And we're talking about people who've been teaching, 20 plus years, a decade plus. Um, and they're saying it's some of the worst that they've ever seen. It's some of the craziest that they've ever seen. And these kids are dysfunctional. Their social skills are terrible. We're encouraging a lot of nonsense. I don't want to go off into another topic, but it's a couple of things I'm gonna bring up in the Discord, and I'll make sure to share the Discord link here in a minute because some other stuff that's been going on is real crazy. When I'm talking about the schools, but they're moving these kids out of schools, putting them back into remote learning, moving people out of community centers, and turning these into residences, temporary residences. Significant than you can believe. All right. We are in a bad spot. But talking about the dark ages, talking about the ignorance and those things. I'm trying to see if we can get a consistent little flow here. It looks like it's doing a little bit better. All right. Hopefully we'll. Right. So when those things happen, I don't think those things happen like that for no apparent reason. All right. So my connection was janky. It's still kind of cutting up here, and that's a little bit frustrating because okay, there's no reason I should have an issue uh, here right now. Watch this. Let me do this here. Do this here. But so this is what we're gonna do because I don't want it to be off. It's gonna be janky and we can't hear the calls. Then I have to figure something out. Again, like I say, if I was talking about something else, and I had a concern about this, having this conversation. That's kind of why I haven't harped on this conversation, because we know what type of groups are behind these conversations, right? So right now, while it's doing all that, the results give me a first test. Hmm. Hold on, let me try something else that doesn't make sense. It might be an issue on my end. Let me see. Okay, that makes more sense. They were trying to send me to a fucking server in Florida. Uh, yeah, okay, there we go. I was about to say, what the fuck? Like, anyway, um, yeah, that's decent. Yeah, so it shouldn't be any reason that I'm having an issue on this thing. Everything's good on my end. Like I said, I'm hardware. I'm not even on Wi-Fi. So there we are. Right there we are. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's on my end. I see it going in and out. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna give me just a moment. It may jank for just a second, but I'm telling you, I'm coming right back. Like you like it pops from the store with cigarettes. I'll be right back. Speed test on the back end to make sure. Oh. That don't make sense. Hold on. No? All right. How about now? How about now? Tell me how you guys are seeing. Right. So, like I said, might have tapped out a second. Hello, Heidi. How are you? It's looking like I'm getting a more consistent signal on my end. Y'all just let me know what you got. So anyway, I said all that. I said all that. I said all that. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna open up the line. After the line, so I don't even know I paid the line bill. I ain't used it, motherfuckers. I don't even know when the fucking bill is due on this shit. Who else likes kettle corn? I love kettle corn. The greatest corn of all the corn. All right, cool. Is it good? Okay, well, my apologies. That must have been my fault. Hopefully, we got the issue resolved. That was a nice, clean stream. God damn it! Everything got an update. This is what happened. Like so with me, and I was telling them in the sauce last night. Kind of an all or nothing guy. All right, I'm kind of all or nothing guy. So when I'm not here, I'm really not on the internet like that. I'm like maybe a second or two of data. I try not to be all into it because when I am streaming, I'm all in, right? And it can get a little tiresome. Like it can get a little frustrating, like because I don't want to see the things I see. I don't want to talk negatively of people. I really am trying to turn over a new leaf. But people like Heidi keep bringing me back. I want to be a better man. All right. Stress can kill you, right? I mean, I don't want to die. I don't think I want to die from stress. That'd be no, that's not the way I want to go. But I guess if I had a choice, I mean, I'm not appropriate to say on YouTube, but yeah, be stressing myself out over shit that honestly doesn't impact my life. I sit here and I complain about black women all the time. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with the black women that I deal with, right? It's just these stupid bitches that you see like on the internet putting themselves out there. Uh, so like, why am I mad about that, right? I don't have the issues that men have that they're complaining. The shit I see on these podcasts and these relationships, I don't have these issues. So why am I complaining about that? There's no reason for me to talk about that, right? But the immigration situation is a situation that does impact. It impacts all of us. Let's get it. Trail mix. Excuse me. Pardon me. That's disgusting. That was disgusting. Not bad. I forgot. I haven't used this. I still wouldn't really. I was still kind of new to this system. That. Oh, okay. Here it is. So we're gonna take some calls. I want to know how y'all are feeling. Immigration. I want to know, with all of the immigration news that you've heard, everything that you're seeing going on around the world, what aspect of the influx of undocumented immigrants, the influx of illegal aliens, is most concerning to you in your particular demographic, and why? Right? Kettle corn, yeah, kettle corn is like the sweet, and a little salty. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean, another problem that we have to consider is with more immigrants, you have more Heidi's. That could be the worst thing of all. I'm more reflecting like I've been working. I have not. I have not. That's why I'm so mad about being in the house so much. Like, got to get out the house. I got to get some sunlight. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and I'm selling out. I want y'all to know that I've been informed to sell out for the good of the den. So that's why I'm separating the Den Show Live element from the Ed Hunter element. I'm not selling out the Den. I'm not selling out the sauce. I'm selling out Ed Huncho. Right? That's it. BA from the Big BM. What's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you. Eyeball. I think I got kettle in my ball. Oh man. Um, yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. That's where I'm at right now. Like, I don't think y'all understand. I'm dead damn serious. I'm dead damn serious. Don't let me fuck around and hit the lotto. I'm gonna start selling the goddamn TikTok shop. With all these people making money, like I'm on a mission for the farm. The farm is no longer a farm, it's gonna be a ranch, right? But to an extent. I'm dead serious, but like I want out. I don't want to live in the cities. Much easier to hide a body when you got a lot of land. If it ever came down to that. I'm not saying that's what you want to do, but just, somebody you trespass. No, let you damn see what anyway. Um, but because I've told you I'm a firm believer that I don't believe people are supposed to live in cities. But where all the weirdos are in the fucking city, that's where they're gonna gravitate to us. More opportunity is. I don't want nothing. I just want to get up, go outside, go to work, on my own things. I want to know where my food is sourced from. You know, I want to know, I just want to know that the quality of the work that I put in, I get out. That's it. I'm tired of overworking, not getting the due credit, or not, I want to say not even the due because you get what you get. So I don't want to say that, but overworking and not getting what I feel that I could, or what I know I could get if I put into my own thing, right? DeMarkey, okay, I was tripping because I was watching the old stream, and on the old stream, DeMarkey had a wrench, and I was like, did I give DeMarkey a wrench back? Because sometimes it's usually kind of correlated with whatever's going on. All right. Oh shit. Slap move. Look, they tell you how long them drop fitting kernels. Oh my god, I'm terrible. It's the worst show on YouTube. Why y'all watching it? Like shit like that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to. I don't want to know how much would I sell my vote for. The black vote doesn't count. The black vote has no worth. The niggas lost their chance. To bring all the immigrants in, niggas lost their chance for their vote to be able to be worth anything tangible. Because now, once they fast track, if they succeed, if they succeed and they fast track these immigrants into citizenship, and even if say, let's say Donnie T with the fly shoes wins, right? Shout out to my nigga Prepaid, man. Wherever Prepaid is, shout out to Prepaid. Been listening to a lot of Prepaid calls. And Teflon Don, you feel me? Still tried and true. What am I looking for? Oh, the chat thing. And see, because niggas at the very least, if they were stupid, you find value in your vote. If you're gonna go ahead and align yourself with somebody 100% of the time, no matter what, well, bitch, I got you in pocket. What do I need to? Hey, maybe in the next 22 years, we'll do some research on the possibility of reparations. Oh, something's going down in Ukraine. Send a couple of billion. Like, I was not a reparations person, like, at all. I was like, it ain't gonna happen, it ain't coming. But shit, y'all start finding magic money to fucking give to Ukraine. Shit, why not? Y'all came up with every other excuse. Y'all letting all these motherfuckers, y'all giving them millions and millions of dollars. Y'all are giving them, not loans. Y'all are giving, like, okay, like if you've gotten a student loan, right? Shit, if your ass got a fucking Pell Grant, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine you got a home loan. The process of what you had to do, right? Even applying for a college, um, applying for a job. I'm spending popcorn seeds everywhere. I'm angry. Angry popcorn man. The effort it took for you to receive that, the research, the documents you had to provide. Hmm. Hmm. So again, all the effort that took you. Just say somebody just dawdled into town from nowhere and say, "Hey, I'm not supposed to be here. I'd like some money." Well, here you go. Well, hey, we know it must have been bad. We know you hate this place and don't respect any of us, and you're up to no good. But here's some money. Imagine going through the work and effort. Say you went to. Yeah, I don't fuck with Hot Wheels like that either. See, that's what I'm saying. And we might double down today, right? I really want to go in on why they want to ban TikTok. Y'all know I used to be anti TikTok. Y'all know I used to think it was tomfoolery and bullshit. TikTok is the greatest. TikTok is the greatest fucking platform. That's why everybody else is trying to copy it. That's why the government's trying to get involved and shut it down. Well, the Chinese are gonna know you. I'd rather the damn Chinese know my information than the government know my information this time. But somebody getting the information. Y'all just sold it all. Well, it's a situation where I said I wasn't gonna talk. All right, numbers on the thing. I don't know if I need to pay the bill. So if y'all call and it don't work, just say so. Sorry, folks. This is a minute. Uh, no, I didn't watch any of it. Right, I'm telling y'all, like honestly, it's a wrap. Like at this point, we're just narrating until the end because it's over. There's no winning for us in mass, right? The world that you knew, the world that you believed existed, ended a few years ago. It ended probably in 2020, right? It really ended. It was the ability to prevent it ended in 2020. Now here we are. Now here we are. And we are just waiting. Everybody's not going to win. Everybody's not going to win. And I don't encourage violence. I don't encourage hate. You got to figure it out. Because there be motherfuckers you see, and it's like people I say, this is your fault. You're part of this fucking problem. You're the reason why we're going to. And they got the nerve to post the ugly faces on the internet and say crazy shit. But call in 346-484-3336. I want to know what concerns you most about the current situation of immigration in this nation. Right. So there's methods to these things. There. The sweaty Republicans. I don't know anything about that, Heidi. I don't know anything about that. Sounds interesting. Yeah, like a utopia of I don't want to work. I saw a video. This girl posted like, talking about, I remember the first time or the video of my first work shift ever, and I passed. Like motherfuckers so afraid of working, they passing out. Hey, here's a job, but you know whose fault that is? Whose fault is bitch ass parents? The parents who watch TV. TV said, hey, you need to be friends with your kids. That was all part of the program. That was all part of the program. Give too much respect to kids' opinion. Oh my bad. Oh shit. What's the motherfucking deal? We got calling in to the den this afternoon.
Hey man, it's Elise.
Solis. How you been, Mr. Solis? How's life treating
Been all right, man. Fucking working. It's hot in the motherfucker now.
you? It's about that time. So, how do you
Yeah.
feel like immigration is impacting your life currently?
Hide your kids, hide your wives. Oh shit, man. Immigration, bro. Shit. I mean, it doesn't. Well, it doesn't really affect us like directly, right? But it affects us economically. So, or when you're seeing people get free health care. You see people get free health care and stuff like that, or just like crossing the border, or just like New York's doing, giving them money. It's a big deal, man. To me, it makes you just feel like, damn, where's my money at? I live here. I'm from here. And shit, I just think it's a wake up call for people, man. I mean, because a lot of these folks, man, ain't what it seems like to be, man. Yeah, you got a lot of people that want a better life, man. At the same token, you got a lot of people that just bad apples. So it affects people, man. I think it affects more people than others. Like shit, I know in the valley, it it's you're getting a lot of influx of different people from going by boat or going over just going across over like over the river, man. But it's very very scary, I guess, to see what's happening, and also the end agenda, right? They actually gonna want to make these people legal to vote.
But I didn't know there was a music. I say, why did players fuck up? I say, why do you think that they're willing to ruin their own country, a country that we already have issues sustaining the population as is? Why do you think that they would want to do that for the vote? Why is it that important in your opinion? Call it. Call it. All right. Well, my apologies. Players fuck up. I hit the mute button. I don't even realize I hit the mute button, but it happened. There we go. If Sleeps was call back shares, because I'm over looking at the thing, I'm trying to do too much. I'm trying to get so that's fucked up. Okay, there we go. All right. Hola, ¿cómo está? So my bad. Yeah, I had accidentally hit the mute button somehow. I guess because I was fucking with it. I didn't even realize I did it. But why do you think they're willing to? Why do you think they're willing to ruin their own country? Um, Bringing outsiders who don't believe in our values just to get the vote.
I mean, socialism, bro. We're going to a whole new type of government.
Yeah.
Like it's just changing, bro. Like you said, 2020 was probably last year should be semi-normal, or even probably before the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
And we're just going through the motions. Like, people are still comfortable where they're at, but when you start seeing an influx of people that again, like Hispanics are the majority right now, right? And they're already trying to make ways to depopulize us in a sense already, because again, if we're the majority and you have more influx of Hispanics coming in, the white people get scared. Not only that, though, the black people too, like the y'all's communities are getting infiltrated by like immigrants. Like who knows, like 10, 15 years from now, black population is going to go way down.
Yeah, it's for
more down than what it already is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, for multiple reasons. One, from our own self-inflicted reasons, and then two, like I said, that those resources are not going to be available. Those groups. I mean, you're already starting to see it. It's been happening, and I mean, to no fault of anybody but the Negroes. But yeah, absolutely right. You're absolutely right about that.
And so it's but
so
right now it's like.
Do you think
no, go ahead.
if Teflon Don wins the election, do you think that he can reverse any of this?
It might be like the thing with Donald Trump, right? He might be more drastic in terms of doing it, right? So he might be passing more laws that will, like what Texas did, like the law to enforce. If you look like you're an illegal immigrant, they have a right to pull you over, harass you, stuff like that. Like they might be more drastic, or it might be in the sense like, hey, if you're an Hispanic individual, we need to write you down for whatever reason, right? Like just because we don't know if you're from there or from over here, even though you might have a birth certificate right, stuff like that. It may be more drastic in a sense. So I don't know, man. Like I was talking about earlier today, like both politicians, like I'm not really trying to get too much to both of them because they're both semi-extreme that attract extreme people. So I'm not trying to go too much deep in the Donald Trump rabbit hole. But also, I don't want to go live another 4 years with Biden as president, man. I mean, it's just expensive. It's just going to get more expensive. We're going to go on a war pretty soon. We're already trying to ban TikTok for whatever reason, which is the sign of a dictatorship, by the way, folks.
When have you ever seen that? When have you ever seen that in your lifetime, that you've seen the government come out against one specific company and say that this needs to be removed or banned, and again, not a company that's necessarily doing anything illegal compared to anybody else, not a company that's putting out, chemicals because there's a lot of companies that feeding us bullshit, killing us. We know it, the studies are there, and those are still allowed to pass. So like, when have you ever seen something like that?
I guess when the truth is starting to get spoken out, or because TikTok is like it. As much shit as I can talk about TikTok, like it is a place where you can find some free information about some real shit going on some insider report shit like that you won't see on the news, right? So I mean, it stops public, like the news or quote unquote real news information for people, and they get it from there. Even though I'm kind of like glass half empty, I'm taking it with a grain of salt for whatever I see, But I mean, for people, it's just freedom of speech, man. Like it's an amendment. Whether you want to say, oh, it's the internet or whatever. I mean, the internet's part of our lifestyle now. It's integrated. So It's very eye-opening, man. Because at the same token, well, okay, what about Facebook? Facebook has been known to be selling data
Oh yeah.
from users people way before this, being way shady about how they're doing shit. But is it because they're American?
These companies
That's
have been
why we're
found
not
to.
doing nothing about it.
Yeah, these companies have been shown and proven that they interfered with the information that was pertinent to the election, right? That was allowed to pass through.
Mm-hmm.
They were shown that they showed bias to specific excuse me, specific parties, with no consequences, with no repercussions. But now, all of a sudden, like I said, because the internet and these social medias, depending on how you choose to use them, can be beneficial or detrimental, right? And there are sides of TikToks where you can find life-changing nuggets of information. Not even just the political crazy shit, like just various things, like ideas, recipes, whatever you want to use, like your cookie, whatever. Financial advice, probably bad financial advice on some of it too. But hey, if it works, it works. But then, like
I
you
say,
said,
like TikTok's the equivalent to 2008 YouTube,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
When YouTube first came out, it was a prime hotspot for people to go to find information. You can find whatever you want. Now, a lot of things are censored, right? A lot of things have to be kid-friendly or kid-focused, even though we know that the kids shows that they put out have secret messaging about certain shit that may not be kosher to American society, right? So it's already controlled, like the media is already controlled. So when you have TikTok, a quote-unquote global independent company that hasn't been touched by American governments or anything like that, it's very hard for them to control right now. So if they can't control it, get rid of it.
I thought this was the land of the free. I thought we didn't do things like that. But again, these little small things
Well,
that
we
are
landed
happening.
the free for a certain extent, man.
Man, we're landed free with more rules than anybody. Free to conduct tests on each other, be guinea pigs. But you know, it is what it is. So you said you're not for Biden. You said you're not for Trump to either because they both have their extremes. So what do you think that?
Yeah, like I'll be more inclined to vote for Trump, but it's just that I'm not gonna bite the apple, if you will, just bite all into it. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I vote for you just because I feel like you're the safest bet for us right now. But again, I'm still on the sense that Biden might win.
Really?
And if Biden wins, I would have to say it's a fraudulent election. Yes, it would be the most time that if Biden was to win, I would say that this is 100% a fraud election.
Do you think they can pull it off?
You can't tell me that. Oh yeah. I mean, look at the media right now. If no one's up in arms about what's happening right now, that should give you an eye opening what else they could do. No one's up in arms. No one's like, oh man, like our rights are really being infringed on. Oh, we need to really change. Like no one's saying that.
Well, you know
So
what?
we're just being sheep.
But the thing is, people are saying it. But most people only tune into the mainstream, and the mainstream controls the narrative. I'm sorry, not the mainstream, the legacy media controls the narrative. So they're not going to show that. They're going to show you some cat fashion shows and whatever celebrity has a new transgender kid. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they're going to distract you with. They're going to feed you all. See, this is what everybody's doing. And most people, this is what I've come to realize. I hate to say it. Overwhelming majority of people in this country are NPCs, right? And I've come to realize that. I've come to realize that at the 2020, and that's why I say it's been over with. Because all we have to do is tell the NPCs, well, this is what everybody else is doing, and so the NPCs are going to do that. If you show the NPCs on television that this is what everybody was pro Trump and everybody, then that's what the NPCs would do. People go where they feel like the most people are, that they can get liked by or be appreciated. Like people don't want to be on the bad side of things, and it's just it's what it is. So the people who are up in rage about it, they're on it, but they're on the platforms where the other like-minded people like them are. And there's a lot, like I said, there's so many people who don't realize that they're fed bullshit on the daily. There's people who grew up with the news, right? Oh, well, I know this guy. I've been watching him since I was 15 or whatever, and you believe this guy who's telling you the same old reports that they're saying all around the country is your friend because he's a familiar face, because you're comfortable with his face. But like you said, that way you're not showing people getting outraged about this. You're not showing people mad about this. other people aren't going to act. They're like, well, or if they are mad about it, well, if nobody else is doing nothing about it, I'm not going to be the one to, to spark the fire or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, interesting.
we're comfortable, bro. We're comfortable as a society. Like we are complacent. Like as a society as a whole, right? I mean, again, when we had people saying like, "Oh, the vaccine is bad," or "You should have trusted the vaccine," you know what the main media said? They said, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, or you're a bigot, you're uneducated, right?"
Yeah.
And then you come to find out, most Americans are uneducated. Again, most of us can't read at a third grade reading level.
That's terrible. I believe it
So
though.
when you have the masses, right? Basically, kind of mind controlled, you could do whatever you want. Because again, if you only like, let's say, if there was only 2,000 people that really marched at the White House or whatever may started it, right? But there was 2,000 people that felt some type of way after the election to do something about it. And the masses were like, "Oh, you're idiots. They're bigots. They're racist. They're whatever." But they felt strong enough to do something about it, and it was just pushed down. Like again, it's hard to fight the government, man. Like it's really hard to fight a government unless you have people really wanting to do some shit. But no one's really wanting to do some shit, man. Again, like no one, your neighbor's right next to you is probably not willing to die for his country. That's facts. People are complacent, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's
We've been taught to be selfish.
people want to live and survive, but
yeah, I don't know. We've definitely been taught to be selfish, and then with that, it's crazy because again, this is the YT, so there's only so much you can say before they already say I make harmful content. So at this point, fuck it. Well,
I think you make thought-provoking content, man.
No, I tried to apply for monetization. They said you're a bigot, you're an asshole, you're a terrible person. But it's cool because that's what they do. They start changing the word, they start skewing the definitions. If you don't agree with me, then you're a bad person. Okay. And all of this. And so then again, people want to be liked. So they start joining that bandwagon. Well, if you don't put pronouns in your thing, you're a bad. Like, why? You understand society thrived for centuries. No one ever did this. Right? And then educated, to me, educated is just another form of saying brainwash, right? Because being educated doesn't mean anything. It just means that it doesn't mean anything, but it means that you can explain shit better. But being educated simply means that you are well versed in a certain area, right? It doesn't necessarily validate, I guess you would say, that area, depending. Like, so yeah, I could be educated in, Roman underground basket weaving or some shit. Like, I mean, it's valid, but I could be educated in this shit. I can be educated in English, which is a very pertinent thing. But it's a lot of people who are educated. So I don't want to be educated in alphabets and pronouns unless we're talking about an English class, right? But people say because you don't get to know these people. All right. Why would you so say if you had a gang of people doing terrible stuff, why would you want to get to know if they're harming the society, if they're ruining the country, if they're doing all this? Like, why would it be a valid situation to get to know them? If you have people who are not contributing anything beneficial, why is it valid to get to know and understand these people? Just because they like to do derelict things, like why do we have to get to know and appreciate them just because they exist? It makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense to me. But here we are, right? I don't know. I don't know. I'm conflicted and confused. I had a question.
As long as people have distractions, then. Oh, go ahead.
No, I said I forgot it, but go ahead. Go say what you're saying.
Oh shit. As long as people have distractions, then again, like social media, right? It's a big distraction. Sports, what the fuck happens in music world and shit like that. As long as we have distractions, people aren't gonna pay tune about whatever. Like I read a comment today about when banning TikTok, and there was someone that said, "Oh, I want to ban TikTok but not ban guns," and it was just a dumb comment just to make because you're valuing more of a virtual item than you are something that actually has that can protect you, a tool, right, if you will. And it's just kind of mind-boggling, man. It's like, yeah, I understand, TikTok shouldn't be taken away. It's it's a platform for free speech or whatever, as long as it's like not causing terrorist attacks, like some crazy shit like that, which is not. It's just another form of social media. But you can't. You should have just say like, oh yeah, give our guns away though. Like people don't understand, man. Like this is the reason why we have like as much people talk shit about our forefathers. They were smart enough to foresee, hey, a tyrannical government is real, and it could cause lasting damages, lifetime effects, to where people in my generation and younger aren't going to be really afford to have a house. I have a house because granted I know people and they help me out and stuff like that. But most people in my age group aren't going to be able to afford a house on a 3-acre lot like I am right now. They're going to be content with just renting out their whole life, right?
That's the plan. Yeah.
Which is in turn, keeps you in the slave system, kind of like workforce system. Basically, I mean, people want you to work.
That keeps the wheels turning.
The whole system is, sets you up to work till you die. Maybe you have 5-10 years of freedom, but is that really freedom?
I'm going to Thailand. I'm going to the jungles of Southeast Asia somewhere. I'm getting out of here. Fight Bengal tigers and survive. But you say it's cool to China buy you, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. And all the things that are happening, it's a litany of them. But you talk about sports, and I'm going to be honest. That's a part of the internal conflict that I have within myself. That's a part of one of my big internal conflicts because I know this. I know sports is a distraction. We give them bread and games, but I also participate in the channel, which I talk about sports, right? And so I do have that conflict sometimes. Sometimes I'll be like,
but
what?
And right, and it fucks with you, right? Because again, like sports could be just an escape way, like video games are, right? Just an escape way to relax for someone. Just hey, let me get out for fucking what's happening in the real world, and let me just pay attention to a game for 2 hours or 3. It's just to forget about your distractions that are happening. But meanwhile, you're being distracted at the same time with something else. So it's a very hard balance, right? Because again, I think we need entertainment as humans to just be socially happy, but it's very like when you have too much distractions, man, it can be overwhelming. And this is why we have people. Again, this is why Adam Silver came out a few years back saying NBA players are the most depressed they ever been because we're chronically on the fucking phone.
Yeah,
everybody is. Everybody's seeing how the lifestyle is. They're doing better than me, or their relationship is better than mine, and whatever. Like people are depressed. People want to be happy. People want to feel something in their life to fill a void, right? And so it works out perfect in the society we have, right? Because we're a capitalistic society. So again, when we're getting pushed buy, or get, and look, it just distracts you. It pushes you away from, hey, what's really happening in the war in Ukraine right now? Why are we sending millions of dollars over there when we can't even feed ourselves? Why are taxes, why are food prices, gas price going up, and no one's saying nothing about that? Meanwhile, we got a whole war. And on the fence of that, they're trying to say, if Russia wins, U.S. citizens better be prepared to be drafted and be put in the war. First of all, you must not know fucking Gen Zers. We're lazy. We're not doing that shit.
No, they're gonna want to be out there accessorizing on the battlefield. They're gonna be out there want to look this. I don't know. This pack doesn't match my purse. They're gonna be out there trying to fight in heels and shit.
This will be, if we were to go to war, we would lose, and this would be the equivalent of Vietnam. Because you know why? There would be so much bullshit of soldiers posting videos on their phone of some crazy shit, and it would just be influx of it, man. We're already seeing it in parts in Ukraine, how it's happening. Again, we're seeing the first war happening in the 21st century with technology being used, whether it's being used for propaganda, for actually showing what's really happening out there, or whatever else. We're seeing it firsthand, and it's not really going out the way they want to plan it. Yeah, we hear reports, Russia's getting held back. Well, are they really? Last time I checked, why are we still spending thousands of dollars, millions of dollars over there? Those motherfuckers getting blown the fuck up by them. Again, when you have, I don't know if you've seen that interview with Putin, but it was kind of eye-opening.
Man, look, I need to finish it. I watched half of it, and it was actually very, and again, I am always willing to entertain the other side, because I don't always feel like there's good and there bad guys, right? It is what it is. But when you only get one side of the story, you're always going to believe it. And to the victor go the spoils, and the victor writes history, all that good shit. Man, look, I always felt like country leaders should have to like fight. That way, all the people of the country don't have to wear like. So you're gonna put your smartest, you're gonna put your strongest and smartest people to the forefront of the country. So like, it could be like a Royal Rumble, it could be whatever. But if it was Putin versus Biden right now, for all the marbles, bro, and it wouldn't even not even in a violent. It could be in a education. Like Putin's memory is fully intact. He's I guess Russian articulate. I don't know. I guess he could be speaking Russian.
Also, man,
but he's a smarter guy, more intelligent guy. Like, I'm not saying I'm pro Putin. I'm just telling you between these two men, not
no,
representative
but
of the country.
I'm going to be honest though.
Yeah.
In that 3-hour interview he did, he's done more than what Biden has ever even said, and that's just fact.
Yeah.
This is the first president I've ever seen in my life for 4 years who has never addressed the state of the people. Oh, he addressed the State of the Union with those bullshit-ass speeches. I'm talking about Obama did this, Trump did this a little bit too much, about damn near every week, but he addressed the people. Like, presidents addressed the people, and this guy hasn't done shit. You know what he has? He has fucking the vice president or that fucking other puppet that just be lying on his ass, just talking. Like, this dude doesn't address the people. And if people don't wake up like, hey, that's the sign, like, hey, something's not right here, I don't know what to tell you then, because it's different. Like, I miss a president that at least can address the people.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's Biden 7.0.
What we're doing.
I've been looking at shit, and again, I've gone down the rabbit hole, and I the cloning rabbit hole, and there are different looking Bidens. There's a whole lot of different looking Bidens out there. Like, if you really look and see like the different interviews, it's funny because I'm starting to believe in things that I may not have even considered entertaining before. Because now I've just seen so much ridiculousn's. I've experienced so much ridiculousness in my lifetime. Like, these things can't be real, but I believe everything.
You didn't know.
It's wild.
If y'all didn't know they could clone people, like, this is real. Like, again, it's ethical in science, right? You have to be ethical, but people aren't always ethical in science, right? So if you don't believe people could clone people, I don't know what to tell you, because if they could clone sheep, you don't think they could clone another human?
Yeah, they did was doing the sheep in the 90s or some shit like that. How long ago they did the sheep? Early 2000s?
Yeah, they've been cloning. All right,
shout out to Dan,
man.
shout out to Benno. But yeah, it's I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's like, and the thing is, they're only showing you the technology they want you to see. That's why I say it's at this point. Ty Baker, what's the motherfucking deal? Yeah, definitely been cloning plants forever. But yeah, at this point, man, it's like, what do you do? What can
we're
you
due for it? No, go ahead, my bad.
No, I'm saying, like, so if you were to advise somebody, right? I mean, your average American who's concerned about the current state of things, what would you advise them to do to better their possible outcome?
Don't rely on other people to tell you information. Look the information up yourself. Then judge about what's real and what's right. Look it up yourself. Don't rely on someone else telling you. Find the information. Again, how do we have the device I'm on right now, a fucking computer? I could look up anything that I want and find out information firsthand, but yet we're still the most uninformed people at all, right? What's that saying? If you want to hide something from a person, put it in a book.
From a nigger, you put it in a book.
Yeah, I'm not saying that word, but you know what I mean.
But I got you. I'll say it for you. Yes. All right. But yeah, but that's what it is. And guess what? We all niggas. We all, at this point, everybody imitating nigga society. We all hanging microphones from the sky and rapping in them. Seen a fat bitch rapping to a piece of chicken. But anyway, I'm getting off track. But yeah, like you said, how to put it in a book. Now it's right there on the phone, but now it's just distracting. Now it's because the information is in the phone. This motherfuckers get rich off a fucking phone because they use it the correct way. There's other motherfuckers who go broke off a phone because they use it incorrectly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And shit, the Western world itself is failing, man. Like, I don't know if you've seen the president of Argentina, what he's been doing, or in El Salvador too.
No, what's happening with it?
They switch the shit up, man. I think I want to say it's the president of Argentina where he's just throwing out a whole bunch of bullshit. Like it's over governmentized, right? Right. So he's throwing out like I think I forgot the video. I have to find it to send it to you. But he's just throwing out like just stuff that doesn't need to be governmentized, like say a school of like science, like whatever science institution, whatever. But it's like under a government form, right? He's just like it's over governmentized, right? And that's what we're at the point where we are. Like people are kind of we're getting infringed on our rights a little bit. I mean, again, who the fuck is?
Let's be honest, right? Like, what role should the government really play in your life? The government should not tell you how to eat, sleep, live, love, whatever you want to call it. Like, so I'm not necessarily going libertarian here. There's just a role in your life where there's decisions you should be making, and then there's decisions that the government should be responsible for. Where do you feel like that line is?
Oh, shit, probably when with I don't even know, man, because it's been so long to where it's just been a lot of different shit to where the government is just quote unquote like infringing on you. I don't even know where the line is drawn at.
Exactly.
Maybe back when they first made the shit.
It's in every part of your fucking life.
When
The government is involved in every aspect of your life. And especially as it's gotten more and more involved in our lives. That's why the youth are so politicized. They don't even know what they're politicized about. They're just everything is political. Like, and they cannot disconnect. You said, Jill.
That's how we create socialism, man. That's how we create socialism. This is the start of it right now.
Yeah, really.
Again, like 10 to 15 years from now, like America's not going to be America no more. 4 years from now, we might be seeing a different type of America.
Yeah,
in terms of just like how shit's being played out.
Yeah, depending on the outcome. Depending on the outcome, right, of this election will tell you if this thing is expedited communism, socialism, or if it'll be delayed socialism. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's already too deeply ingrained. I don't think people realize the context. And here's the fucked up part about it. Is because a lot of shit that's going on, you can't even talk about it on a lot of these platforms, but it's these platforms that encourage this behavior. You know what I mean? Like if y'all knew what was happening in these schools, and I've been telling y'all about this when I showed the videos of the weird, remember we used to always show the little libs of TikTok videos and all the weirdos and all the weird teachers and all the weird shit that was 2 or 3 years ago. I used to show y'all that, right? Think about how much time and how many other teachers and how many other people have integrated. There's a guy out here in Texas. And I know I'm going off track, right? Because these are stories I want to talk about, but I've been kind of weird. There's a time he used to go to school as a cross-dresser. He was a cross-dressing teacher. He just got let go a couple of days ago. Went to school dressed, just looked like old buddy who stole the chick's dress that Biden had in office, the bald-headed white guy. Looked damn near just like him. This guy used to go to school cross-dressed as a teacher in front of the students. There was another one I was saying, Alaska maybe or somewhere that is doing it. Like these things have become acceptable, and like it's a-okay because we don't want to infringe on an individual's rights. Not the fact that they have the ability to to impact so many others, but these are things that are acceptable. These are things that are a-okay. These are things that they're encouraging your children to participate in. This is why I say at this point, the only way to make it is to disconnect. You have to, this is why I keep saying about the farm, the ranch, and being self-sustainable. Like, if you don't want to participate, and then eventually they're going to come for those people who are there. Well, you guys are isolated. You're hogging. Like, imagine working hard and doing something and told you're hogging resources. Or imagine, the things that you had to do to actually get up and work to earn, and people telling you you're a bad person for pursuing your life. And now, again, going off track, so I'm thinking about 1,000 things. But the only way to avoid all of this shit is to be able to homeschool, self-sustain, get away from the cities. Like, you have to isolate. And then that's almost weird in itself, right? Because, there's a whole different set of issues that you have to come at. Not many people are mentally strong enough to do that. Like, not many people are mentally strong enough to say that I'm content being by myself or with this small group of people, knowing that there's attention, especially women. Women are going to have it the hardest because of all the attention that's out there. They're telling me I can't put a little thigh on the Instagram. I can't show a little uh, what is it called? What is it? Hold on. I learned the word. I fucking learned the word. Not the collage or whatever it is. It's the collage or whatever that shit. You know the shit. It's like I think it's from the neck to the bust, all that from the neck down that little area, the upper titty meat area. Anyway, I can't show a little of that on Instagram. I can't get no attention, and they're gonna lose it. They're not. Women are gonna have to go from the over made up, over BBL bitches ain't gonna make it. Yeah, that thing, that thing. Yeah, that decolletation. But you know what I'm talking about. Titty meat. Undisclosed titty meat. The BBL bitches ain't gonna be worth the fuck, y'all. Y'all liking them right now. Them gonna be the bitches when the zombie apocalypse comes, them bitches can't run. Then they got BBL smell. Then the zombies gonna find them. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta get it's going to be impossible. You gotta be independent. You can't associate with anybody who's bought into this weird system of things. And it sounds crazy, but it's just the way it's gotta be. Like you know what I'm saying? Oh man.
It's something, man. It's weird right now, man. I mean, it's very much weird. We're just and I just feel like we're just going through the motions. Even me, right? Like, as much shit that I'm saying right now, I mean, I live my life every day like it's normal. You know, till the shit hits the fan, and then I'll figure out something. But
Yeah, but that's the
I'm
thing,
living life like it is right now.
But that's the thing, like, and that's where it's gonna catch so many of us off. We're just living normally, right? We're just moving like we always move, and then it's going to hit it because we're not gonna know when it's gonna hit. We're not gonna expect. What is it? The thing that's coming up now? They said it's supposed to be like a sun flare, solar flare. Something's supposed to come up, supposed to be knocking shit out. And they're talking about people need to have resources for this. Might knock out the internet. It's people are gonna lose their shit, bro. If the internet goes out for a couple of days, be strapped. Stay strapped.
Oh, they just best believe that half the infrastructure of America is going to go out. Shit, you know how much shit relies on the internet, man? A lot.
That's what I say.
It's unbelievable. And that, you know how much shit's outdated through the internet? Like, it may have been put there in 1980s and never touched again, never updated or nothing. Like, to a point to where you hear farmers now complaining about when they buy tractors and shit because it has a lifespan on it, 10 to 15 years. And they miss the old shit to where if you could just buy a part and replace it. But they're going away from that now, right? Because, again, it's to make money, obviously. But, I mean, you're fucking with people's livelihood, right? Because, again, a farmer, I don't expect to own, can't keep buying a piece of expensive equipment every 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
There's a reason why, older trucks have parts that you could switch out and change and not have to buy a whole new fucking vehicle or take it to a goddamn mechanic just to get it fixed now. We live in the internet's a blessing and a curse, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
We live in a very interesting time. But when the shit hits the fan, shit's going to hit the fan, and people are going to be not knowing what the fuck to do, right? Not knowing where to go, how to get there. There's just a lot of things that, everyday people, I don't think realize because of we are very dependent on this technology. So when we have to revert, 40 years back, people don't know what to do. Again, most people like my age don't know how to change out a fucking tire. I mean, you think people are going to know how to fucking troubleshoot something if shit hits the fan?
Like I say, it's going to be wild.
Again, blue-collar industries are dying. They need people. Blue-collar industries are dying. Every blue-collar industry needs young people. Yeah. But we're not working. We look at the internet, try to get, rich quick, or we got little kids, I want to be a streamer, or I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be a social influencer, whatever the fuck that is, like, we're not, like, I work in a blue-collar industry, I live in a blue-collar town, so, like, it's, you have a lot of people that work in these industries that, last resort, but they be job hopping most of the time. People don't look for a career no more. They don't see the value in it.
But at the same time, are there careers? Because you see so much of people who have invested.
Oh, there's careers. I think but you got to be willing to work though. People aren't willing to work and sweat a little bit. Again, if people aren't willing to work 4 hours out the fucking day of hard work and get that shit over with, people aren't going to be wanting to work, bro. Like, I work in the water industry, right? So I was a water operator. I was working, man. And, it's not the fucking glorious job, but it gets my bills paid, like, it's not. Yeah, there's days where I bullshit fuck off, and there's days where, yeah, you have to be out there, man. You have to be fucking working. It is what it is.
Are
And
you putting
people aren't
are you
gonna
putting
do that
fluoride
shit.
in the water, Solis?
No, we don't put fluoride in the water.
One of the good ones.
No. We put other chemicals like sodium permanganate, fucking chlorines in your water. Most everybody's drinking water's got chlorine in it.
Drinking pool water.
Shit. Well, this is well water. What I was doing now from the ground. Surface water is a little bit different, man. I mean, there's stuff that get put in surface water because shit that actually could kill you if it gets exposed out, like ozone. Ozone's really dangerous. That shit could kill you. I mean, but it's in the water, so like we're drinking it, right? So how deadly is it at small concentrations? Shit, you gotta think about, right? Because it's the cancer causing. You don't know. You know how much chemicals I've had on my hands that just absorbed in my hands before? And there was something that said, oh, this is cancer causing. But you never know.
Are you concerned about it? What do you do to anti-cancer yourself?
Shit. Fucking live life. Live it to the fullest. What can you do, bro? Like, again, I wear PPE and shit. But, like, sometimes it gets on you. You're going to freak out every time a little chemical gets on you. It's work. Like, it's the industry we in, bro. And again, most industries, people don't find a career or don't want to find a career because they don't see it's worth, because companies will do you dirty. Man, that's valid too. Big companies need to change worldwide and get with the times, if you say. Not that old white man mentality of break your back so you fucking break it. That shit don't work out for people. That shit doesn't work out for me either. I believe in work smarter, not harder.
And again, that's the same. When you see people who are,
I mean, it's
getting
a lot
paid
of
for
things,
the. That's what I say. It's in this comparison too, because you see people who are out here getting paid for bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Aggravated Negro. Appreciate the love. Let me pull up the dilly dally. But yeah, when you see people getting paid from that, it also makes people think, well, damn, if they can do it, why can't I do it? Right? Why is it okay for them and not necessarily for me? So I can understand all the sentiments. And again, a lot of these things aren't pushed. So when you talk about the kids not want to be this and not want to be that, what was it back in the day when you were in school? You had books that told you, hey, I want to be a firefighter, or I want to be a policeman, or I want to be this. Now you got books that are promoting God knows what, right? And the thing about it is that they don't see these things anymore. They don't even see those things as jobs. They don't see those things as business. They definitely don't want to be policemen anymore, because the policemen are vilified for everything that they do anytime they have an encounter with somebody who may or may not be in the wrong or having a situation. I'm not saying all policemen are doing the right thing. I see a lot of shit with a lot of fucked up cops. So again, I'm not saying anybody's racist. There's always a divide in everything we have. There's always it's not black and white, but you don't see these careers. You don't see these things being encouraged to them, because what do they see first? When you put that phone in front of their hands, or you put that phone in their hands, they're inundated with all the bullshit. Money. Yeah, so that's what they see. That's what they start to love. Yeah. After they start to worship, that's what they start to praise, and then it's all downhill from there.
Like, everybody wants to be a drug dealer. Everybody wants to sell weed. Everybody wants to find the coolest shit to do. Like, no, bro. Like, I'm telling you, man. Like, shit ain't what is made out to be on the internet, and people have to find that shit out, or else it's stuck to be bums. And a lot of us are bums. Like, a lot of people in my generation are fucking bums. That's just facts. Call it what it is. We're gonna have a mass influx of homeless people soon, because people don't want to work. Once the mommy and daddy dies, what's gonna happen? That money runs out. No handouts no more. What's gonna happen?
By that time, again, things will be in place for them in the new governmental system. And that's what they'll vote for. That's because they'll just see free money. Again, if you've never had to work for anything, you've never had to earn anything, if you've never had to put forth effort, and again, I blame this mentality on the parents who were friends with their children, right? The ones who never made them work, who did everything, like those old school parents who's like, shit, I got me some little free slaves now, and made the kids work at a young age, made them contribute to the household to make sure things ran more effectively and efficiently, to understand what it is to be a part of a system, to understand what it is to be a part of a group that's cohesive. Now You pop out kids. Oh, you're the most amazing thing to ever walk the earth. Oh, you're an angel. You're and again, it's a lot of these particular demographics. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. They do nothing but praise and worship their children like they're little angels. Don't ever make them do anything. Give them everything they want simply because they ask for it. Don't make them take out the trash. Don't make them do anything. And then when they turn 18 or get older, I don't understand why my kid's a piece of shit. I don't understand why they won't do this, why they can't do this, right?
I mean, that's just with my siblings right now, bro. I mean, again, I grew up kind of differently. I mean, I didn't have both parents in my household and shit like that. I was treated a little bit differently for certain people. So, I mean, my mentality is just, fuck it, I'll just get it by myself. Ain't no one gonna help me anyway. But I'm also the oldest, right? So,
that's
always a little bit more pressure on, you know, oh, yeah, you know, you the man in the house type thing. So, it's a little bit different, but again, like, my brother lives in the house I grew up in just by himself. He's got a kid. He lives with his girlfriend. He's barely 20. He's barely 20. He barely just turned 20 this year. And he's got no life skills, bro. Like, he's working at a job that's $8 an hour right now. My mom just took up and left with her boyfriend. And, you know, this is what it is, cool. But, like, you're not teaching him no life skills, but yeah, you helping my sister who, you know, didn't make the right choices. Who's also an adult, who's only 2 years younger than me. You trying to give her a helping hand any which way. And at some point, I told her, I was like, hey, you have to realize not everybody's going to succeed in life. And that's just facts. I mean, I love my sister to death, but people lose. And you can't just sit there and coddle someone over and over and over and expect a different result. It's not going to happen. If that person doesn't want it to happen, it's not going to happen, man. And that's what we're seeing out way more. We're seeing a lot more people who just don't care. Complacent. Just going to wait. Literally just going to take you on our pants and bend over and get fucked. That's how it is, man. People are just waiting for that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Real quick, and thank you, Michelle. Real quick, let me run these messages. Says aggravated Negro says, look at the bright side. At least you'll have proper pronoun representation in the bread lines, right? Like, who gets the bread first? Do they them? It's like, and here's my. You remember women and children first? Y'all remember that? Can you imagine that now in this new pro-pronoun society? Women should, I wish I would see a grown ass. Boy, look, I'm finna snatch all the trans attire off. You gonna wait like the rest of us, motherfucker. And shout out to lovely Miss Michelle says, make the den great again. Love y'all. I keep saying I'm gonna set the alert. I'm going to do it today. I'm gonna do it today because we're gonna den again tonight because I do want to talk about the whole TikTok debacle. And I kind of want to talk. I'm gonna give myself a chance to talk about the State of the Union. And I know everybody wants to talk about the sauce. I know the sauce. I know sauce is like Hunter. You is a hoe. A little bit, but I'll let y'all know whether we be live tonight or they just rebut that thing on. But yeah. Oh man, absolutely. So, and like I say, it's unfortunate because there's no looking back, and that's why I say I'm at a point where I feel fucked up, right? Because I care about people. I do. I care about society as a whole, but at the same time, I don't give a fuck about society as a whole because it's trending in the wrong way. So it's like you almost have to be selfish because I only get one of these, right? And I didn't sign up for a lot of the bullshit that's going on. And that's the thing. You're absolutely right, right? Because I have not put into the gene pool, and I have absolutely no interest. Like I've made a conscious decision in my little hiatus as I've been going. I've made a conscious decision to not contribute to the gene pool, right? And I understand how people can feel and then think about it. I would rather have my own little land. I'd rather have my own little way and fade to black, whatever, whenever that time comes. I don't want to. Like, I'm looking at the world that we live in. I'm looking at the society that we live in. And I think it's a shithole. But at the same time, I kind of don't give a fuck. I mean, I give a fuck for the sense of, friends and family that you have, but, I'm not in it. I'm not in it. So why? But again, but do you think there's any redemption, or are we just dwindling down to the end at this point, Mr. Solis?
Shit, we gotta do major changes, man, for redemption. I mean, I think right now we're gonna see the change. I mean, it's too late, kind of thing, right now. Ain't no going back. But once we arrive, we'll figure out what happens next. I think I don't know, man. It's very eye opening, kind of depressing, but it's very interesting to see it develop. I guess, right? Because right, we told in history, man. I mean, whether history books will remain after a certain time or not, I mean, this is going to be pretty significant in human history in general. So we just got a lot of weird shit going on, man.
Eventually, like I'm telling people,
And I just want to say, like, go ahead.
no, go ahead, what you were saying. I was going to say something crazy because you stick with the rational point before I go off the
I was
rails
just
again.
going to say that. I was just going to say that, like, when the AT&T went down, right?
Yeah.
I had told my girl, I was like, I feel like something's going to happen. I don't know what, but I just feel like something's going to happen. And sure enough, some weird shit happened with the phone lines and shit like that. But the same thing, I got this feeling where shit's still gonna happen. I felt different ever since the pandemic. Before the pandemic hit, I told my girl I felt like my environment was changing around me. I told her I didn't feel like I was changing, but I felt like my environment was changing around me. And sure enough, COVID hit. Way before anybody knew what COVID was. That's what I said. And you could ask her, I'd bring her out right now. She could vouch for this. And I say the same thing right now. Like, I feel like shit's gonna happen, man. Like, that's just my intuition. Like, I just feel like some weird shit's gonna happen. Good, bad, and different. Like, we're gonna see some shit happen. Just be prepared. Like, if people feel the same way or have that, initial feeling, because I feel like we all do. We're all connected to the earth somehow, or spiritually, whatever you want to call it. We're connected some way, somehow. You can feel shit before it happens.
Yeah, I think if you are a person
There's a reason why.
who is outside and
Oh,
connected.
my bad.
No, so yeah, I feel like if you are a person who is outside and connected and actually in the environment, like you still have a lot of people in this newer generation, they don't have it because they were never outside. They were never encouraged to be, like I said, they just had phones. So again, they never got as children when we were younger. I don't know how much younger you were when you were, but we played outside all the fucking time. We had video games, but video games were cool to an extent. There's only so much NBA 2K we gonna play. But at the same time, we weren't also super connected to the internet. So we play Halo, we play GoldenEye, all those things. We had all that, but then we're gonna go outside and we want to play real basketball. We want to play, and then you want to roll around the grass. We're gonna play fight. We're gonna do things. We used to play Red Rover as children. Like you used to be outside soaking up the sun, feet in the grass. You know what I'm saying? Running, getting tackled on the cover. Like you were part of the environment. I think you had better senses then. You had better awareness. Now, the reason these kids get snatched up is because they fucking locked into this fucking phone. Somebody hit them over the back of the head, throw them in a white van, and drive off. And they're not aware. They don't have an urge to be outside. They're more depressed because they're not getting that natural vitamin D. They're full of red 40 from the fucking Takis. Like, it's all by design, man. And here we are. That nigger Trill's here. And here we are. Right. And again, like I said, it's different. It's super different, and I don't like it, man. I don't like it. People better fucking
it is different, man.
Watch what was that fucking? I watched that damn that Obama movie. Whatever. Yeah, you better get you some look. You better start buying DVDs of your favorite fucking movies. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and the reason I said the hard ER is because I watched the conservative liberal thing because I thought about the State of the Union. I watched that either last night or night before last. And when Chicago Mike dropped the hard ER, that was making the Den great again. Because that's when the Den would have calls back to back to back to back to back. We actually had to have like a little time limit rule and that got ignored. But it was just that's when he dropped the hard ER and I was looking at my face and then I'm just looking at the chat because I was watching the chat on the phone. That was a crazy fucking stream. Roman out there giving out his mama address. That was a crazy fucking stream. But I saw a bunch of names I hadn't seen in a long time there. But yeah, DeMarcus, these gloves are for you. Cause I'm gonna take you out. But yeah, exactly. That's what Time Check says. Like, yeah, think about it. Imagine working harder and getting penalized for it. Like that's like you got to look at the logic of it. You work overtime, they take more out. Like I'm trying to work harder to achieve what was used to be the so-called American dream, right? Good one, Trill. I'll give you that. The so-called American dream,
bro.
and then,
Like me and my
well,
no, go ahead.
no, you're good. I'm just kind of rambling. But what were you saying about that?
I was just gonna say, man. Like me and my girl, between us, we bring in about 85K yearly, and we're still like we're not even comfortable, man. Like we're not even like we can't even do shit like we certainly want to do in this economy right now. Yeah, we're living better than most people, but again, like we're like I told her we're just like one step back away from being in debt. You know, yeah, we're not struggling by any means, but like 85K now is not what 85K a year used to be. And it's eye opening, man. It's very hard to see, what's
Not
gonna happen because
no it's
you have
so
to
bad.
make damn near six figures almost now
Yeah,
to just
you do.
even be like to where you want to be.
Yeah, like at the bare minimum, like man, you like if you go get fast food nowadays, you might as well go sit down at a fucking restaurant. Like, remember when you're talking about when the fucking McMeals, McDonald's meals, you could probably get a meal, maybe supersized for like five and some change. That shit gonna run you about $15 now for some fucking fake ass pseudo meat. You know what I mean? Like,
Do you still eat Whataburger, by the way?
I have not been to Whataburger in maybe a couple of months. But I do. I'm not. It's not off my list. I just haven't been pursuing the Walmart.
Did you notice when they went mainstream and they sold the company out of Texas to that whatever out of state Chicago company, whatever? You know, if meat tastes different now.
Yeah, no, the quality has declined, and I hate it. Like I was arguing with some fat dude from New York. He was talking down on Whataburger. I'm like, you're from New York. The only thing you know is just because you're fat. You don't know shit about Whataburger. He was, well, I lived in Texas. Don't give a fuck about you transplant. And I was very rude. But anyway, yeah, he was talking about it. But the thing is, I was angry just because he was from New York and he was talking about Whataburgers. Like, you fat bitch, you don't get to talk shit about my fucking food. But in reality, he's right. Since it got sold, the quality has declined. The quality of the fucking Whataburger has declined. I hate to say it. And that's kind of partially the reason why I have not been, because my last few experiences at Whataburger were not the most ideal experiences. They were not my best experiences with Whataburger. I was just like kind of, it was more
And the prices keep going up.
Absolutely. They're trying to slang all that water merch and all that shit. That's cool, but and it makes me sad to say that, honestly. Like, so if you missed your opportunity to have real Whataburger, my apologies, right? Because it's not the same. It's absolutely not the same. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I agree with you on that. It I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, I seen the shrinkflation. Did y'all see when Biden was talking about, he was complaining about it around the Super Bowl? I like to eat snacks, and no, the snacks have gotten smaller. These come, oh, bitch, it's you. It's you, man. He's out of touch. I guess maybe because he's clone number 7, he won't take the blame for it. But yeah, man, it's terrible, man. It's awful. It's crazy. And the clone meat, I can't wait till they start putting the clone meat in there. I mean, it's already in some places. Yeah, I just don't know it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I want a ranch. Some of y'all can come, some of y'all can't come. You don't have to work. All we got to do is knock off a cow or two. We gonna eat good for the year. You know what I'm saying? At least a small family can eat good off a cow. Like, we've gotten away from the old ways that work because we want to be so much a part of, and that's why I say the media as a whole is a bad thing. Not just the internet. Television is terrible. Radio is terrible. Advertising is terrible. But it's a necessary evil, right? Because there's a lot of things we wouldn't have discovered that we like because of advertising. But at the same time, it introduces the shit that we don't need and we crave and we make a part of our lives, makes our lives less quality instead of improving the quality of it. But it is what it is. Because he rat me burger.
Shit. Yeah, but, I mean, dude, like, and I had stopped smoking weed, bro.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. And I was like, I've been smoking for 10 years. I was smoking since I was 14.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn. I was like, stop for a little bit. I was like just reflecting. I was like, damn, I was, not necessarily like what you're supposed to do, but yeah, like 10 years, that's a long ass time for smoking. Like at a young age, to now where I'm at. So I was just like, it's to me, being clear minded and shit. Like while I'm not smoking every day, I feel high still. I feel high on life.
Yeah, there's
I don't know, man.
there's a clarity that comes. That's why I say I'm kind of actually disappointed with myself because I just for whatever, like overall, I have not been smoking as much as I normally do. Right, like it's just been a natural decline. Like it's just not. It's not what it used to be. Like I used to always say, it's green from the earth. It's not a drug. Weed is a drug now. Weed is a fucking drug. Like it used to be, niggas were smoking Reggie, and you smoke a little drug, you got your name. But it's too much. It's too much influx. It's too much. Everybody got everything. Yeah. And so yeah, the clarity, that mental clarity that you get once your system kind of cleans out and you're moving with consistency, it's just different. Like because you're looking at the world on just a little bit slower. You're looking at it just a little bit, and it's just like you said, that natural high of just being, clear mind is much different. You know what I mean? So it's, yeah, I respect it. I mean, because I've been definitely dealing like
Yeah,
maybe something I need to let go because it just may be that time, but or maybe just really really special because I don't have that same urge or that necessity like I used to. Like I need sweet like I don't. It's just my mindset is significantly different now. You know what I mean? So I definitely understand
yes, sir, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off there because we're talking for a good minute.
that. Yeah. It's been a while, so I
But
just had to
shout
chop it
out,
up with my boy Solis.
yes, sir. But shout out to the dude, man. And I'll be back in.
Best appreciate you, Miss Solis. Thank you for calling in this afternoon. Oh my goodness. My apologies. All right, cool. Yeah. Shout out to Solis, man. Definitely a great call. Definitely covered a whole lot. Definitely discussed a significant amount of things. But we are, like I say, we demonstrated a little bit from the immigration, but the immigration is just a small segment of the whole clusterfuck that we're involved in right now. It's a fragment or it's another part of the deterioration, right? Like I said, you got the niggas who are suffering, the people who are suffering are the people who are losing, the people who primarily voted for the guy in office now are the people who are losing the most because you're expecting him to come in. They thought he's going to boost up your benefits and provide you this, that, and the third, and all of these different things. And so he didn't do any of that, and now he's bringing in by the millions, right? Because let's be honest, nobody's really they're just it's probably somebody's yeah 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's like 15. They ain't really count. They're not keeping an accurate track. You got cameras with documentation. They may be, but they might not be keeping an accurate track um, of these numbers. And and even if you do know the number, like what are you doing about like you this is not sustainable. You're talking about you've basically you've brought in 4 or 5 major cities worth of people within this administration, right? So you built up a new New York, you threw another Houston in there and another Chicago, basically worth of people, and you're just sliding them into all these cities. So one, I don't know, if traffic feels worse where you are. Feels a little bit different where I am. Could be all the Californians, we're not going to necessarily get into all of that, but it's just a situation, man, where it's difficult, and it's only going to get worse because as we're speaking right now, people are crossing borders all over the country, and they're going to get checks, and they're going to get moved into this place, that place. They're taking up residences where people who imagine being 17, 18, working hard, saving your money, working your first job, doing what you got to do to get your first place, and then you go to try to apply to rent, and then somebody who just crossed the border got a check and just rented out the apartment that's your first apartment that you were hoping to get. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this afternoon?
So you just gonna call me the hard ER, and I'm not supposed to respond to that?
Yes, absolutely.
What's going on, bro?
Hello, Trill. How are you? Actually, hello, Jay Dizzle. How are you doing this afternoon?
Oh, I'm doing better now. The road open again.
What was the cause of the blockage in the road? What happened?
A snowstorm that hit
Oh shit,
over here in Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Yeah, I'm just now leaving. I should have left by 8 this morning, but the roads just now opened up.
There, I wouldn't want to be in Nebraska for 8 hours for any good reason. Okay.
Yeah, I know, right?
So how are you feeling, Trill? I mean, you're all across the country. You're all over the place. And I was just talking about traffic and things on the road. How do you feel like the immigration is impacting you on a daily basis? Or if it's not, what is most concerning to you about the influx of immigrants coming into this country?
That's not concerning me at all. It actually will help me.
Really? How so?
Yeah, all those jobs that motherfuckers don't want to do, the immigrants can do it. If they don't want to work, then fuck them. They're just gonna live off the government dime like a lot of Americans. And I think that they're gonna start dipping into that pot, and the Americans that ain't working are gonna suffer too. So, hey, get your ass up and get out here and come get some money.
But do
For
you think,
everybody.
but do you think it's fair that they're providing these immigrants benefits? So, like in places like New York, where they're giving them $10,000 debit cards to find homes. Some other cities, they're giving them monthly stipends to pay their rent. They're moving people, the kids out of the schools to put immigrants in to reside. Like, you don't think that these are going to have mass effects on the people around them?
Yeah, but most of the people that are mad are motherfuckers that are broke.
Interesting.
Yeah, of course it's not fair. No, it's not fair. But shit, what you gonna do? I mean, if you was in a position where you could leave your country, go somewhere else, and get a good leg up, would you do it? Would you take advantage of it? Yes. If that motherfucker was in the immigrant's position, would they do it? Absolutely. That's why they mad, because they can't do it.
But do you think we should be doing it?
No, of course we shouldn't. But hey, we ain't got no control over that as of now. Once they vote his ass out, they can get somebody else in, and then people within the Senate and the House change that shit. Hey, you can't do this no more. This doesn't work.
So
Because my question is, okay, if you're giving these people this money, what is the benefit of the country? How are they going to benefit them? And I have yet to see that. But I'm not mad at the immigrants taking advantage of it. No.
But do you think that our government should be putting some kind of halt to it? Should they be trying to prevent the influx? We're talking about millions of people coming into this country over the last few years. I think they said up to possibly 20 million of people coming into this country from all kind of countries, not just Mexico or Southern America. We're talking about you had Haitians, Chinese, grown ass Chinese men who are black belts in karate coming across the border. Like they're not seeking asylum.
Bruce Lee, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm trying to tell y'all know. Come on, man. I believe every Asian person knows some form of martial arts and is well versed in it since birth. They come out the womb at least a yellow belt at the very least. But it's just a situation where like you have all these people coming. They're not in need of protection. They're just leaving their country. They're just basically being provided all the resources. So what about the immigrants who came the right way, who are going to those meetings and trying to study the history and having to take these tests and meet with immigration boards and things like that? Like now you have a president and you have cities who are rewarding these people for coming across the border illegally. Like, is that not treason? Is that not almost like being a traitor? You're funding these people to do illegal things, but you'd arrest your own people for doing the same shit.
Yes, it is. But what can we do about it? But get him out.
Do you think he's going to serve another term?
Fuck no. He shouldn't have served this one. Here's the biggest issue. The biggest issue is not really him. The biggest issue is the majority. I don't know if it's a majority or not, but it sure seems like the majority of Americans are just too fucking soft.
I agree.
They want these old soft ass policies. Well, we got enough money, enough resources, we could help everyone. No, we can't. As soon as you start trying to help everyone, you start to suffer. I think what's going on right now is a reflection of the attitude and the mentality of the majority of our country. That is the biggest problem. We got too many pussies walking around here.
Was there ever
and what happened to pussies, Honcho?
They get fucked. Here we are, right? So we're pussy adjacent. We getting fucked up. We must be assholes then. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. So, all I'm saying is this, right? Is that
that's the best joke you've
ever told. But what happens? Can we go? Do you think that there's a chance of going back? So we got an election coming up. More than likely, it's going to be the rematch, round 2, Teflon Don versus Sleepy Joe. Do you think that if Teflon Don comes out and wins this election, that he can revert things? Can he even put a hamper on the things that are already going on, or are we fucked from this point forward? You think so?
No, I think he can. I think he could rile up a lot of people because there's more and more people starting to get upset because I believe a lot of them saw people who thought that this was a good idea at first. They starting to slowly turn around, but people don't really get it until it starts to affect them personally. If other people are complaining about something and they don't ever feel nothing, i.e. me in this situation, I ain't complaining because I'm not feeling it. I see some of the benefits that possibly helps me, even though it's not going to help the majority of people. I get it, but fuck them. I don't care about them. Y'all the one that started this shit in the first place. So I'm just going to find a way where I can benefit from the shit, one way or another. And once it starts to affect me, I'm going to be right there hollering and yelling with everybody else. Straight up. Because I know them motherfuckers ain't just to be able to procure no CDL. They
Well,
not.
shit,
It's already hard enough to try to get
why,
one.
Why not? Why not? Because you know what they're doing now? They're giving them
Because
home loans.
It's
They're giving them. They're telling them they can become law enforcement. So why wouldn't they try to put them on a fast track if we have a shortage? Well, here we'll fast track you. You used to drive trucks in India. We'll fast track you to your CDL. Just
Nah, they don't do that, bro.
They gonna all go to Swift.
There ain't
What
no
you mean?
fast tracking in this instance. Nah, that is one thing they will not do. They don't do no fast tracking in my industry. It's just way too dangerous. They're already having problems with the motherfuckers they got in it now. They trying to create more rules and regulations to make it more stringent on drivers. That's happening every year. It's harder and harder to get a CDL.
Didn't they do something like that in New York where they've added fees for you to be able to drive into New York or something like that?
I believe so, yeah. But New York's a terrible place, so I don't want to go there anyway, so I don't care. Again, it don't affect me, so I don't care. Y'all can have it. I think slowly but surely they're going to keep alienating us until we do something drastic, and then this country is really going to suffer. If we do something drastic, everybody suffers. Everybody. Including the immigrants. They're going to suffer too.
Yeah, it's going to be...
Y'all thought it was fucked up when Trump was throwing toilet paper to motherfuckers. When he start doing that shit to real Americans, y'all really going to realize something.
I thought that shit was fucking hilarious. I had no issue with that. Again, I wasn't in that position. But shit, at least he was spreading because he was hands-on with it. But yeah, it's a situation, man. Yeah. Like it's gonna be bad. I don't think we haven't even seen close to the worst of it. We're still in that anticipatory mode of when the shit starts to crack. Like when you start noticing, like right now, it's just damn, that's fucked up. Y'all get these niggas $10,000, you give them $20,000. You don't need no documentation. Like shit, You gonna just let this motherfucker? You give them free debit cards. You paying their rent for years to come. You giving them free health care. For what? For simply crossing the border? Like, at what point is that my responsibility as a taxpaying citizen? Why am I responsible for this behavior? Or we try to stop them from coming in. You got the federal government, like down here in Texas, trying to really come and remove the barriers that you're putting up to prevent
Yeah.
motherfuckers from coming in. Like, you know, they get
Texas
it.
say, fuck no. We
Yeah.
not doing that shit. If y'all got a problem with it, pull up.
Yeah. My thing is, look, I love.
That's every state got that right. The state's gonna have to stand up, but there's too many pussy ass states out here. The states on the other side, but yeah, we stand with Texas, but are you willing to do the same thing?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Absolutely.
If this shit, I'm telling you, if this shit keeps going, if some way, shape, or form, that motherfucker get another turn, Texas don't secede from the union, bro.
I hope so. I want to. I'm okay. Look, legalize.
I'm curious to how that shit works.
Like, I'm telling you this. Like, I'm finna go on some full. Y'all thought y'all thought old buddy with the mustache was bad. Look, I'm talking about secede, put all the Californians in camps, and fucking let's fix this thing. Look, all you motherfuckers who done came, y'all ain't got no business being in Texas. Everybody else, y'all cool.
Yeah,
Only the
deport
California.
their ass. Absolutely.
No,
Yeah.
we putting them
If
in
you
camps.
wasn't born here, you getting deported.
We starting
No, we don't even want them in camps. The motherfuckers can't do nothing, bro.
We starting the whole regime. Look, we going back to the old ways.
Yeah, get your ass out of here.
Right? And we gonna make it authentic. Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a crazy scenario. Like, I get it. That's in my youth, and maybe I didn't understand the things that were already going on. I don't think most people did, but it's just crazy to see that we are where we are at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd have never thought that we'd ever, like, if you'd have told me in 2000, and maybe going into, what was it, 99, 2000, 99 and 2000, going into high school, 99, whatever, like, and saying that this is going to be what's happening, I'd have said you smoking rocks. You must be, there ain't no fucking way to smoke. Like, bro, and you know, a couple of decades, here we are. It's crazy. So I understand old white people now, right? Like, old white people who used to like the way it used to be. It was so much better back then. I don't think they're being racist. They were probably right, because they probably experienced a couple of decades of change that just, well, I was a little bit more comfortable back in the day when things were a little more to my liking. But here we are now, you know. And it's, you know what? I'm finna go off track, because this has nothing to do with anything we're talking about, because I'm talking to you specifically. You know what I found out that the youngsters are using nowadays, and they think it's new lingo? They've moved on from thoughts, and now they're calling them bops.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Serious?
I'm like, this ain't new lingo, bro. We've been using that at least since the 90s. We've been calling these hoes boppers. But like, I don't like. I feel sorry for, and this is why I feel sorry for the young generation too, because they see everything on the internet. They see all this dumb shit, and all the shit they think is new, cool. It's all old shit. It's just presented with filters on, right? It's presented in just a different way, and they think they own some new shit. They think they own some new lingo and some new slang, when they're just really half retarded and just repeating the old shit that they parents, grandparents, and everybody else been doing. Like, I really feel bad for them. They got the best video games.
Yeah, like,
but that's it.
yeah, like they get them new little dances they make up, and it's like the song that's playing is a sample of like an early 2000 song that they ain't never heard of and don't know the name of it, don't even know the artist, but they walk around here singing it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, really? What you know about that? I don't know. It's a TikTok dance.
Yeah. And then
ain't no fucking TikTok. Man, get out of here.
And then the funny thing be, a lot of them TikTok dances, they be pulling up, like, they actually go find the shit, like, it's old dances. It'll be like old choreographed routines from somebody that did a long ass time ago, and they didn't just, took a little portion of it and then called it a TikTok dance. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, all of this shit is recycled, man. All this shit is just, man, like, it's crazy, man. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, Michelle. That sounds crazy. But yeah, this is the world we live in. So I feel sorry for. Actually, no, they don't have the best video games, because now the video games are too fucking woke. Like, now You can't talk shit online with motherfuckers no more. Like I wanna split the country in half. Right, I know you're not supposed to probably talk about division, but like people should have a choice. Like it's supposed to be red state, blue state. It should be split in half. Texas is going on the red, more conservative side. Like it should be real world and fantasy world. In fantasy world, you can go over there. You can be like a furry. You can be a whatever you want. You can be
Right.
a whoever. You can be all your pronouns. You just this is how it works. So there's a border, right? So when you're in real world, this is how we operate like real normal people. We get online, we cuss, we use all kind of inflammatory conversation, we work hard, we build stuff, we got resources, and we do all these things. In Fantasyland, you got all the virtual world shit you got. You can like I say, you can be all the pronoun positive, you can do whatever you want, you can shit in the streets, you can do all the fucking you can just do whatever the fuck you want to. Nobody's gonna judge you, there's no shame. You can do all what you want. And then just let people decide where they fucking want to live. Right? But there's hard and fast rules to it. If you're in the real world, these are hard and fast rules like you're in fucking Dubai. If you're in Fantasyland, you do whatever the fuck you want to. And you have to deal with being able to do whatever the fuck you want to do. And that's it. And I guarantee you, by the time it's all said and done, the overwhelming majority of the world would want to live in the real world. Because if you let motherfuckers live in fantasy and they do whatever the fuck they want to do and all this shit, and anybody can come in and there's no rules at the borders and all that, before it's all said, everybody either be dead on that side or the living conditions would be so intolerable that they'll be willing to tighten up and you know come back to reality. But instead, when we're allowing all this nonsense, you can be a virtual cat and we have to respect your kitty pronouns and like shit like that. It's just, man, look, it is what it is. Yeah, the Chaz shit. Yeah, they don't remember that shit. That fucking shit where the something occupation zone, whatever the fuck whatever. I forgot, autonomous zone. Yeah. And it didn't work. And it's the worst thing they were doing. We're calling for resources outside of the zone and getting upset. Like it's a good fantasy. I don't know, but what do you think gets this country back on track as far as dealing with this overpopulation of the immigration situation?
I don't think the country's gonna get back on track. I think that's just a part of the destruction of the country. Well, you can call it a company too, because the company's too woke, and that is an issue. We literally, and I mean literally, have grown women on national TV, internet, and everything that cannot tell the general public what a woman is.
Yeah.
That is a problem. That's a breakdown of fundamental facts. How do you not get that right? The answer is supposed to be an adult human female. That's what a woman is. Every time, 100%, no matter how she feels, that's what she is. And they can't answer that question. When you have a fundamental breakdown, bro, you don't have no concrete, nothing to build, nothing on. Everything is just gonna crumble against you until you get the facts right. This country's fucked. That's why when I retire, I'm abandoning ship. I'm leaving this motherfucker. I'm telling you,
Man,
and I'm not coming back.
I mean, that sounds like a legitimate plan. Like I say, for me, it's the ranch or Southeast Asia. Somewhere where the money stretches, where the American dollar can.
Exactly.
And J Mail says your time is up.
Oh, that's fun. I get off.
Well, it is about that time. But shout out to Professor Trill. I do appreciate you calling in. Um,
No
and
problem.
shout out to everybody who slid in for the afternoon. Then, yeah, you stay safe on the road out there, sir.
All right, bro. Appreciate it.
I really lost time myself. So we've been rocking. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna slide into Discord. We went a little over the 2 hours. No work done since lunch hour. Let me do this because I'm gonna be honest, I'm hungry. The popcorn ain't do shit. And I need to go get me something to eat. Let me put the Discord link in. We're gonna continue the conversation. I'm jumping in the voice chat. Matter of fact, I'm in that bitch already, so I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear no well, honcho, blah blah blah, bliggity blah 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 blah. Oh. Okay. And then let me put the link. But again, it's been good to chop it up with y'all. So again, I want to talk about the TikTok ban probably later tonight. So we will. I'm actually be going live on TikTok. I'm testing some stuff out. Because I'm very intrigued with TikTok, especially since I knew once I start fucking with, like, that's how shit always works. As soon as you start fucking with something, they're gonna want to get rid of the shit. If it gets traded, there's a couple of reasons why I feel like they're trying to block it out. A couple of reasons why I feel like they're trying to get it out of there. And so I see that's the thing that you got to understand. I was the most anti TikTok person in the world, and then here we are. Here we are. Here we go. Like, subscribe. Periscope. Yeah, I never really fuck with it. But here's the deal. In the voice chat, tonight probably with Rock again. I gotta go get something to grub, and I gotta take care of another little matter. Pull up, we'll chop it up. We'll continue to talk about this because there's some things I actually want to get into that I could not speak on. I don't want to speak on YouTube, and I need to put in some work today because I need to, like I said, go across these platforms. IG and X, Twitter, Den Show Live. Make sure Den Show Live that you go subscribe on Instagram to Den Show Live, all one word. On Twitter, X, Den Show Live. Ed Honcho, I'm gonna fix this. It's gonna be more. It's gonna be more just Ed Honcho, my musings and random stuff. I told you I'm selling out. I'm sort of selling out to the ladies. So I'll tell y'all what's going on with that probably in the Discord. So make sure y'all tune in with that. It's Honcho HTX on TikTok. Yeah, with that. So with that being said, I'm gonna slide, I'm gonna cha-cha, and something else. Something else I forgot. But in the voice chat, I'm in that thing. All right. So with that being said, need to eat. Been crazy. It's been some crazy times. But anyway, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. It's been my honor. It's been my privilege. More than anything. I put these on because Solis was talking about the goddamn the chemicals. But if anything, it's been my pleasure. And I thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. That being said, I'm trying to reduce. Y'all be cool like y'all be cool. But most of all, I thank you for being a part of this community. I thank you for who you are. I thank you for being yourself. And I thank you for being a part of the Den Folk family. With that being said, adios, amigo. See, in this shirt, like I got a color correct this shit. This is a fucking purple shirt. It looks fucking blue on the screen. What color does it look like to y'all? On my thing it looks blue. So I might actually my color on my monitor might not be calibrated right now. And I'm just thinking about it. It looks royal blue. That's what. Okay. I was wondering. I figured, and I didn't calibrate it. Because I'm looking at it now like, shit, this is like Barney purple. So there's that. All right, with that being said, I'm going. I gotta eat. Love y'all. Adios.